A tiny island with no gold, no rivers, and almost no fresh water was once labeled completely worthless by European explorers. Today, it's home to one of the Caribbean's most colorful cities, the world's oldest active synagogue in the Americas, a famous blue liqueur, and even made history by reaching the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So, how did the useless island become one of the world's most surprising destinations? Introduction to Curaçao. The island once dismissed as useless. At first glance, Curaçao seems like a tropical paradise. But centuries ago, many European explorers considered it almost worthless. The origin of the island's name remains a mystery. Some historians believe Curaçao came from the Portuguese word Curaçao, meaning heart, while others link it to the Spanish word cura, meaning healing, inspired by stories of sick sailors recovering after arriving on the island. Although its true origin is still debated, the name has become one of the Caribbean's most recognizable. Located in the southern Caribbean Sea, just about 65 kilometers, 40 miles north of Venezuela, Curaçao covers only 404 square kilometers, 171 square miles. Despite its small size, it is home to roughly 155,000 people, representing dozens of ethnic backgrounds. The island enjoys a warm tropical climate, with average temperatures between 27 degrees C and 31 to 81 to 88 degrees throughout the year. Unlike many Caribbean destinations, Curaçao lies outside the Atlantic hurricane belt, making it a year-round travel destination with more than 300 sunny days annually. Politically, Curaçao is a self-governing country within the Kingdom of the Netherlands, managing its own internal affairs while sharing defense and foreign policy with the Dutch Kingdom. Ironically, when Spanish explorers first arrived in the late 15th century, they found no gold, no large rivers, and little fertile land. The island's dry climate and chronic shortage of fresh water convinced many Europeans that Curaçao had little economic value, earning it a reputation as a useless island. Yet history would prove that assumption spectacularly wrong, as this overlooked island eventually became one of the Caribbean's most important trading hubs and one of its most fascinating destinations. Carnival and the future of Curaçao. Every year, Curaçao bursts into life with its spectacular carnival, the island's biggest and most anticipated celebration. Lasting for several weeks, the festival features colorful parades, elaborate costumes covered in feathers and sequins, energetic street performances, and thousands of dancers filling the streets of Willemstad. More than just a tourist attraction, Carnival reflects the island's multicultural identity, blending African, European, and Caribbean traditions into one unforgettable celebration. Music lies at the heart of the festivities. Traditional tambu, often called the heartbeat of Curaçao, originated among enslaved Africans and remains an important symbol of resilience and cultural identity. Tumba, the island's signature carnival music, combines African rhythms with Caribbean influences and has become the soundtrack of the annual celebrations. Together, these musical traditions continue to shape the unique spirit of Curaçao. Today, tourism is one of the island's most important economic pillars. According to recent tourism statistics, Curaçao welcomed well over 1.5 million visitors in 2024, including stayover tourists and cruise passengers, with North America and Europe representing its largest markets. Tourism supports thousands of local jobs while driving investment in hotels, restaurants, transportation, and cultural attractions. Despite its success, Curaçao faces several long-term challenges. Climate change threatens fragile coral reefs and coastal ecosystems through rising sea temperatures and sea level rise. Fresh water remains a limited resource, making large-scale seawater desalination essential for both residents and visitors. The government is also working to diversify the economy beyond tourism and oil-related industries by encouraging renewable energy, digital services, and sustainable development. People, language, and culture. One of Curaçao's greatest strengths is its remarkable cultural diversity. Although the island has a population of only about 155,000, its people trace their roots to Africa, Europe, Latin America, the Caribbean, and Asia. This rich mix of cultures has shaped a society known for its openness, hospitality, and vibrant traditions. Visitors often notice that people greet each other warmly and embrace a relaxed island lifestyle. Women in Curaçao are especially recognized for their colorful fashion, confident personalities, and natural Caribbean style. Bright dresses, bold prints, and lively accessories are common during festivals and celebrations, reflecting the island's joyful spirit rather than passing fashion trends. The island's unique identity is perhaps best represented by papiamento, a Creole language that developed over centuries from Portuguese, Spanish, Dutch, African languages, and later English influences. It serves as the everyday language for most residents and symbolizes the island's multicultural heritage. At the same time, Curaçao is one of the most multilingual places in the Caribbean. Most locals comfortably speak papiamento, Dutch, English, and Spanish, making communication with international visitors remarkably easy. One word you'll hear almost everywhere is douche. While it literally means sweet, its meaning goes far beyond that. Depending on the situation, it can mean beautiful, delicious, lovely, sweetheart, or simply something wonderful. More than just a word, douche captures the warmth, positivity, and welcoming spirit that define everyday life in Curaçao. Religious heritage and architecture. Curaçao's history is written not only in books, but also in its remarkable architecture and centuries-old landmarks. One of its greatest treasures is the Mikveh Israel Emmanuel Synagogue, founded in 1732, making it the oldest synagogue in continuous use in the Americas. Its most distinctive feature is the floor covered with white sand, a tradition that honors the biblical journey through the desert, while also recalling a time when Jewish communities quietly practiced their faith under persecution. The island's capital, Willemstad, is equally impressive. In 1997, UNESCO designated the city's historic center as a World Heritage Site, recognizing its outstanding preservation and unique blend of Dutch colonial design with Caribbean influences. Walking through the waterfront districts of Punda and Otrobanda, visitors are greeted by rows of brightly painted buildings that resemble Amsterdam's canal houses, yet their vibrant tropical colors create a character found nowhere else in the world. Connecting these two historic districts is the famous Queen Emma Bridge, a floating pontoon bridge affectionately nicknamed the Swinging Old Lady. Instead of lifting upward, the bridge slowly swings open from the shore, allowing massive cargo ships and cruise liners to pass through the harbor before closing again for pedestrians. Towering above the city is the Queen Juliana Bridge, one of the highest bridges in the Caribbean. Rising about 56 meters, 184 feet above sea level, it offers breathtaking panoramic views of Willemstad, its colorful skyline, and one of the Caribbean's finest natural harbors. Together, these landmarks showcase how Curaçao has preserved its rich history while embracing modern engineering, creating one of the region's most distinctive urban landscapes. Number 5. Nature and the island's remarkable ability to adapt. Unlike the lush, rain-soaked islands that many people associate with the Caribbean, Curaçao has a surprisingly semi-arid climate. The island receives only about 550 millimeters, 22 inches of rainfall each year, most of it falling between October and December. Long periods of sunshine, steady trade winds, and warm temperatures averaging 27 to 31 degrees 81 to 88 Diagf, create an environment that looks more like a desert than a tropical rainforest. One of Curaçao's greatest challenges has always been the lack of fresh water. With no major rivers or natural lakes, early settlers struggled to secure reliable drinking water. Today, however, the island has turned this disadvantage into a success story through advanced seawater desalination technology. Much of Curaçao's drinking water is produced by converting seawater into fresh water, providing a dependable supply for both residents and the millions of visitors who arrive each year. Perhaps no plant represents Curaçao better than the divi-divi tree. Constantly shaped by the island's powerful trade winds, its twisted branches almost always lean in the same direction, creating one of the island's most recognizable natural landmarks. The tree has become a symbol of resilience, perfectly reflecting Curaçao's ability to thrive despite harsh environmental conditions. This unique climate has also created a rare semi-desert ecosystem in the heart of the Caribbean. Instead of dense jungles, the landscape is filled with towering cacti, drought-resistant shrubs, limestone hills, and hardy native plants specially adapted to dry conditions. It is a striking reminder that Curaçao stands apart from nearly every other Caribbean destination, not because it has more rain, but because it has learned to flourish with far less. The underwater world. While Curaçao's colorful streets attract visitors above ground, its greatest treasure may lie beneath the surface. The island is widely regarded as one of the best diving destinations in the Caribbean, thanks to exceptionally clear water, calm conditions, and more than 65 official dive sites located around its coastline. In many locations, underwater visibility exceeds 30 meters, 100 feet, allowing divers to explore vibrant marine life year-round. The island is surrounded by healthy coral reef ecosystems that support hundreds of species of tropical fish, sea sponges, corals, and other marine creatures. Because the reef begins just a short distance from shore, many world-class dive sites can be reached without a boat, making Curaçao especially popular with both beginners and experienced divers. Ongoing marine conservation programs have also helped protect many of these fragile underwater habitats. About 25 kilometers, 16 miles, southeast of the main island lies Klein y Curaçao, an uninhabited island famous for its powdery white sand, crystal-clear turquoise waters, and iconic pink and white lighthouse. Often described as one of the most beautiful beaches in the Dutch Caribbean, it offers visitors a true tropical escape far from modern development. Klein Curaçao is also an important nesting ground for endangered sea turtles, including green turtles and hawksbill turtles. Every year, female turtles return to these quiet beaches to lay their eggs, while local conservation organizations work to protect nesting sites, monitor hatchlings, and educate visitors about responsible wildlife tourism. These efforts ensure that Curaçao's spectacular underwater world can continue to thrive for generations to come. Wildlife. Despite its relatively small size and dry landscape, Curaçao is home to an impressive variety of wildlife that has adapted to the island's unique environment. One of its most iconic residents is the Caribbean flamingo. Large flocks can often be seen feeding in the island's natural salt flats, especially around Sint-Michiel and John Cock. Their brilliant pink feathers, created by pigments in their diet, have become one of Curaçao's most photographed natural attractions. Another fascinating animal is the Curaçao white-tailed deer, a rare subspecies found only on the island. Smaller than most mainland deer, it has evolved to survive in Curaçao's hot, semi-arid climate by feeding on drought-resistant plants and requiring very little water. Although sightings are uncommon, the species represents an important part of the island's natural heritage and is protected through conservation efforts. Bird enthusiasts are also drawn to the colorful troupial, one of Curaçao's national birds. With its striking orange and black plumage and melodious song, the troupial is easily recognized and is often seen perched among cacti and flowering trees. It has become a symbol of the island's vibrant biodiversity. Perhaps the island's most unexpected attraction is its ostrich farm, one of the largest outside Africa. Visitors can observe these enormous flightless birds up close, learn about their behavior and biology, and even feed them during guided tours. While ostriches are not native to Curaçao, the farm has become a popular family destination and demonstrates how the island continues to create unique wildlife experiences alongside its natural ecosystems. Slavery, resistance, and the legacy of Tula Curaçao's beautiful landscapes also hold a difficult chapter of history. After the Dutch captured the island in 1634, its excellent natural harbor made it a major hub in the transatlantic slave trade. During the 17th and 18th centuries, tens of thousands of enslaved Africans were brought to Curaçao, where many were sold to plantations throughout the Caribbean and the Americas, while others were forced to work on the island itself. Life for enslaved people was extremely harsh. They endured long hours of labor, limited rights, poor living conditions, and constant punishment. Despite these hardships, they preserved elements of their African heritage through language, music, and traditions that continue to influence Curaçao's culture today. The island's most important act of resistance began on August 17, 1795, when an enslaved man named Tula led a large-scale uprising against Dutch colonial rule. Inspired by growing movements for freedom in the Caribbean, including the Haitian Revolution, Tula demanded equality and an end to slavery. Although the rebellion was eventually suppressed and Tula was captured and executed, his courage became a lasting symbol of dignity, justice, and the universal desire for freedom. Today, Tula is honored as one of Curaçao's national heroes. Every year on August 17th, the island commemorates the Tula Commemoration Day, remembering the struggle for human rights and freedom. Museums, monuments, educational programs, and cultural events help preserve his legacy, reminding new generations that Curaçao's identity was shaped not only by trade and prosperity, but also by the resilience of those who fought for liberty. Today, Tula's story stands as a powerful symbol of courage, equality, and hope for the future. Cuisine and local specialties. Curaçao's cuisine is as diverse as its people, blending Dutch, African, Caribbean, Latin American, and Portuguese influences into a unique culinary tradition. The island's signature dish is queixiena, a rich meal made by stuffing a large wheel of melted Edam or Gouda cheese with seasoned chicken, beef, or seafood, along with vegetables, olives, and raisins. Originally created by enslaved people using leftover ingredients, it has evolved into Curaçao's best-known national dish. Another staple of local cuisine is fonchi, a cornmeal side dish similar to polenta, often served with grilled fish, stews, or seafood. For a quick snack, locals love pastiche, a flaky pastry filled with cheese, meat, chicken, or tuna that is commonly enjoyed for breakfast or as street food. One of the island's most unusual menu items is lionfish. Although beautiful, this invasive species threatens native coral reef ecosystems by consuming large numbers of young reef fish. To help protect marine biodiversity, local restaurants encourage visitors to eat lionfish, turning an environmental challenge into a sustainable seafood option. No discussion of Curaçao would be complete without Blue Curaçao, the world-famous bright blue liqueur recognized far beyond the Caribbean. While its color is artificial, its distinctive citrus flavor comes from the dried peel of the laraja, a bitter orange found almost exclusively on Curaçao. Descended from Spanish Valencia oranges introduced centuries ago, the fruit adapted to the island's dry climate but became too bitter to eat. Instead, its aromatic peel became the secret ingredient behind one of the world's most iconic cocktail liqueurs, making Curaçao famous in bars and restaurants across the globe. Tourism and must-visit attractions. For an island covering just 444 square kilometers, Curaçao offers an incredible variety of attractions. Whether you're interested in history, nature, or adventure, the island delivers experiences that rival much larger destinations. One of the most fascinating sights is Hato Cave, a limestone cave estimated to be hundreds of thousands of years old. Visitors can explore impressive stalactites, stalagmites, underground chambers, and ancient Arawak petroglyphs carved into the cave walls, offering a glimpse into the island's earliest inhabitants. No trip to Curaçao is complete without visiting Grota Canip, often ranked among the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean. Its powdery white sand, dramatic limestone cliffs, and crystal-clear turquoise water make it a favorite for swimming, snorkeling, and photography. The breathtaking panoramic views have made Grota Canip one of the island's most iconic landmarks. For an unforgettable wildlife encounter, many travelers head to Playa Pescado, also known as Playa Grande. This small fishing beach has become famous for its resident green sea turtles, which can often be seen swimming close to shore. Visitors are encouraged to observe these protected animals responsibly, avoiding any actions that could disturb their natural behavior. Beyond its beaches, Curaçao is home to several protected nature areas, including Cristofel National Park and Cheta Boca National Park. These reserves offer hiking trails, rugged coastal cliffs, hidden coves, native wildlife, and spectacular ocean views, making them ideal for outdoor enthusiasts. The best time to visit Curaçao is between January and May, when the weather is warm, sunny, and relatively dry. Since the island lies outside the Atlantic hurricane belt, it remains an attractive destination throughout the year. Renting a car is highly recommended, as many of the island's most beautiful beaches and natural attractions are spread across the coastline. With its safe environment, modern infrastructure, and diverse attractions, Curaçao continues to rank among the Caribbean's most rewarding travel destinations. Football in Curaçao's historic 2026 World Cup achievement. For decades, qualifying for the FIFA World Cup seemed impossible for a Caribbean island with a population of just over 155,000 people. Yet, in 2025, Curaçao achieved the unthinkable by securing its place at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, becoming the smallest nation by population ever to qualify for the tournament. The historic achievement was made possible through disciplined performances in the final round of CONCACAF qualifying, marking the country's first appearance on football's biggest stage. A key figure behind this remarkable journey was veteran Dutch coach Dick Advocaat, whose decades of international experience helped transform Curaçao into a well-organized and confident team. Under his leadership, the squad combined locally developed talent with players from the Curaçaoan diaspora in the Netherlands, creating a competitive team built on discipline, tactical organization, and national pride. His contribution became even more significant as he prepared to become the oldest head coach in FIFA World Cup history at the age of 78. The World Cup draw placed Curaçao in Group E, alongside football powerhouses Germany, Ecuador, and Ivory Coast. Although facing such experienced opponents represented an enormous challenge, simply competing against nations of this caliber was already considered a historic milestone for the island. The opening match against Germany and the following encounter with Ecuador attracted worldwide attention, introducing millions of football fans to a country many had never heard of before. For Curaçao, reaching the World Cup meant far more than football. It united the island, inspired young athletes, and strengthened national identity both at home and among the large Curaçaoan community living abroad. The achievement also brought unprecedented international recognition, encouraging greater investment in youth development and local football infrastructure. For a nation of only about 155,000 residents, qualifying for the world's biggest sporting event proved that determination, smart planning, and belief can overcome even the greatest odds. If you enjoyed discovering the incredible story of Curaçao, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to support the channel. Let us know in the comments which fact surprised you the most, and stay tuned for more amazing journeys to fascinating places around the world.